You're watching the Run For It YouTube channel. I'm Finlay, and this episode is on 3 of Nike's Fall 25 hero products. The Pegasus Premium, the Vomero Plus, and the Structure 26. We'll do a brief overview of the tech in each model before going on to cover in detail how each model feels to run in and what they're best suited to. Hope you enjoy. Starting with the Pegasus Premium, the midsole features 3 layers of cushioning. On the bottom, there's ReactX foam, which runs from the heel to roughly 3/4 of the length of the midsole. Above that, there's a full-length Air Zoom unit, and then on top of that, there's a layer of premium ZoomX foam. Together, these 3 technologies are designed to deliver incredible underfoot responsiveness. The upper features a circular knit and mono mesh for a premium fit and feel. Hopefully you can see on the toe box just how breathable that mesh is. There's then lots of padding on the inside of the heel and then also on the tongue. Next up, we have the Vomero Plus, the latest addition to Nike's Max Cushioned Silo. The high stacked midsole features a thick layer of premium ZoomX foam. It also has a rocker geometry and relatively wide base nets. The goal is to create an ultra cushioned underfoot experience that also feels stable, protective, and very comfortable to run in. The engineered mesh upper has a combination of soft multi-filament yarns and translucent lightweight monofilament yarns alongside soft padding on the inside of the heel collar and on the tongue. Finally, we have the Structure 26 running shoes, the most stable model within Nike's road running shoe lineup. This midsole features a full-length ReactX foam, but the main talking point is the midfoot support system. You can see on the medial side how the foam rises up in the midfoot section and then closer towards the heel on the lateral section. And these 2 areas are slightly firmer than the rest of the midsole. Now, those structures combine with relatively broad base nets to improve the inherent stability of the midsole and guide your feet and ankles throughout the gait cycle. And it's just worth touching on that midfoot section, because if you compare the Vomero to the Structure, you can really see the difference in that geometry. And the reality is that if somebody has a wider shaped arch and they're running in a narrower base midsole like the Vomero, that might really compromise the underfoot stability on offer, whereas that's where the simple shaping of the Structure should work much better. And another key point of this unique midfoot support system is that it should guide your feet and ankles throughout the gait cycle without compromising your sensation of cushioning and comfort. The upper of the Structure, as you probably expect, is all about support. There is a midfoot support band system to help provide a really locked in and secure feel and complement that support and stability that's offered by the midsole. There's also lots of plush padding around the inside of the heel counter, and the tongue also has lots of padding in it too. The next section of this episode covers how the cushioning in each model feels to run in. Hopefully by the end you'll know whether or not you want to run supported, run powered, or run bigger. We'll start with the Vomero Plus. The ZoomX midsole feels incredibly plush and energetic underfoot. And why I've used the word plush instead of soft is, well, while the midsole, yes, feels very soft underfoot, there is a slight responsiveness that comes in the rear foot area as a result of that rocker geometry. And the good thing about this is that it actually translates into a very stable underfoot ride, which is incredibly impressive given just how much cushioning is under your feet. As a result, the midsole feels exceptionally dynamic to run in. By this, I mean it offers amazing comfort for those slow miles and long runs, but at the same time, it feels brilliant when you pick up the pace. I actually found that running down at around 350 to 4 minute per kilometre pace, that the cushioning felt really energetic. And while the rocker point helps really smooth out transitions at slower speeds, it actually offers lots of propulsion when you pick up the pace. From a fit perspective, we recommend choosing your normal running shoe size. The toe box offers an accommodating fit, and the midfoot and the ankle area offer really good lockdown. The padding feels very comfortable around that ankle and midfoot too, so plenty of comfort for those long distance runs. Next up, we have the Pegasus Premium, and it's pretty crazy just how different this feels to the Vomero Plus. Arguably, there's very similar levels of underfoot protection, but this cushioning feels incredibly firm and responsive, which is the opposite to how the Vomero Plus cushioning feels. Now, from a run performance, it's probably helpful to show you the outsole profile to make this next point, as you can see just how narrow this midfoot section is. And this means that the cushioning doesn't feel overly stable to run in, despite being quite firm, which often makes a midsole quite stable to run in. And it's unlikely that when you're running along at those easy paces, particularly if your legs are tired, that you're going to find the cushioning feels that great to run in. Personally, I found like I was working quite hard at that type of intensity, and ironically, I just really wasn't getting the benefit of all that propulsion. So where the Pegasus Premium cushioning feels best is when you're feeling quite motivated, ready to go, and you want to go out and do a good steady run, and you're ready to actually try and hit some good paces. That's when the cushioning really comes alive. It feels very protective, but you get this really unique propulsion coming through from the cushioning. It is worth also stating that if you have some instability in your feet, this is unlikely to be the right profile of cushioning for you as well. This is going to work best for runners who have pretty stable feet. Ultimately, the Pegasus Premium cushioning will split opinion, and that's the point. This unique midsole construction delivers a type of propulsion that you will be unlikely to experience from any other running shoe. And while some people might not like that, it might be the best thing that you ever run in. From an upper perspective, we'd recommend choosing your normal running shoe size again. It offers an accommodating fit in the toe box. The only point to note is that you do want to spend a little bit of time before going out on your run getting the heel nice and locked in, because if you don't, it can feel a little bit loose, but it's unlikely to cause you any issues as long as you spend a bit of time just making sure that it's in the right place. Onto the Structure 26. The midsole feels exceptionally stable underfoot. Your feet feel very encapsulated, and the lateral stability on both sides is very impressive. As the stack height isn't that high, your feet feel very planted, very connected inside the shoe, and that also enhances the sensation of support and stability. From a cushioning perspective, while the additional support feels very natural on your feet and doesn't seem to inhibit the cushioning, it doesn't feel overly soft underfoot. And it's not that it doesn't feel protective, it's just that if you were to buy the Structure with the expectation that it's going to feel very soft and plush underfoot, then you're probably going to be disappointed, because it definitely sits on the responsive end of the cushioning scale. Now, the benefit of that is that it offers great versatility. You can use this for those slow pace miles, and then also for those steadier pace miles as well. You might even want to do some interval training in it. It's just that if you were to go out and do a long, slow distance run, this might not be the best option, because you might, by the end, just find that the cushioning is feeling a little bit firm and not as forgiving as you would like it to feel. The upper offers amazing support. The midfoot lockdown really is very impressive. If you're the type of runner who enjoys that really locked in, secure fitting feel, then you're going to love the Structure upper. Interestingly, the toe box doesn't feel as accommodating as the likes of the Vomero Plus and the Pegasus Premium, but would still recommend choosing your normal running shoe size. It does encapsulate the foot. There's quite a close fit and feel from it, but that probably also enhances the sensation of support. So hopefully that makes it clear what to expect from each one of these models. If you're looking for a very plush and bouncy underfoot ride for everyday miles and long runs, well, that's when the Vomero Plus are likely to be the best option for you. If you're looking for maximum propulsion for steady run days and you want a really unique running experience, well, that's when the Pegasus Premium are going to feel like the best shoes for you. And then if you want the most stable and supportive underfoot ride for those everyday runs, that's when the Structure 26 are likely to be the best option for you. And this all means that the choice is yours. It's fair to say that a lot of runners will benefit from using different types of cushioning for different run days. For example, the Pegasus Premium might not necessarily be the right choice for all your runs, but you might find it is the best shoe on certain days. And I also just mentioned that the Structure 26 won't necessarily be the best option for those long distance runs, particularly at slow speeds, but you might be the type of runner who really enjoys that responsive ride, and that might mean that the Structure 26 is actually the best shoe for you when you're going out and doing those long, slow miles. And of course, there are other models in Nike's road running shoe lineup. If you like the idea of having maximum protection under your feet, but you're looking for a little bit more stability, then that's where the Vomero 18 should be a very good choice, because while the Vomero Plus does feel relatively stable underfoot, the dual midsole construction with the bottom layer of ReactX foam and the top layer of ZoomX foam in the Vomero 18, it definitely feels more stable and more supportive than the Vomero Plus. On the other hand, if you don't like the idea of having a really high stacked, plush feeling midsole under your foot and you like a slightly more responsive, agile sensation, then that's when it's hard to look past the Pegasus 41. And yes, while the Pegasus Premium offers a lot more responsiveness than the Pegasus feels more forgiving across a wider range of paces, intensities, and distances. So if you're looking for that really versatile feel, that's where this could be the best choice for you. The main point is there's really no right or wrong. We all have our own preferences when it comes to running shoes. We each like cushioning to feel a certain way. And that's why Nike creates a selection of road running shoes that all offer a unique or different type of cushioning experience. It lets you, the runner, choose the style of cushioning and sensation that you want to run in. That brings me to the end of this episode. If you have any questions at all about any of the models in this episode or any of the other shoes in Nike's road running shoe lineup, then please comment. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. See you soon.